Napakasakit po nito dahil tayo pong lahat ay nabudol that at the center of it is the former president. Isa sa mga right-hand man ni former President Duterte, sang-ayon kay Colonel Asierto, he branded former President Duterte as the Lord of all drug lords.
Hello mga Kapinas TV! Ating tunghayan ang pangalawang yugto ng seryeng Nabudol Tayo. Ang kabuuang report ni Congressman Acop sa mga natuklasan ng Quadcom pagkaraan ng 12 pagdinig.
Nariyan din po si Arturo Las Cañas, a self-confessed former original member and hitman of the Davao Death Squad and a retired police intelligence operative and investigator. Unang lumutang ang pangalan niya sa mga investigasyon noon sa Senado noong taong 2017. Una, sabi niya walang Davao Death Squad. Ngunit binago niya ang kanyang mga binitawang statements sa Senado at agarang itinuro si former President Duterte. Sa kanyang 186-page affidavit, na nakita rin ng Quad Committee na kwento ni Las Cañas ang tungkol kay Mr. Duterte at mga taong lagi niyang kasama, whether it be about drugs or about kill orders. Nagtatandem po ang usapin ng droga at ang extrajudicial killings or EJK. Incidentally, in his affidavit, Las Cañas recounts the infamous Domoy Laboratory. Ibang tao ang nagsabi, ngunit pareho ang kwento nila. The most compelling point of the narration was the fact that Las Cañas and company supposedly received 500,000 pesos from former President Duterte himself after 11 Chinese nationals who were Shabu Laboratory chemists and workers were killed. Maaalala po natin na inamin din ni former President Duterte na inubos niya daw ang mga ito. Bakit kaya pinapatay ni former President Duterte ang laboratory chemist and workers na isang Shabu Laboratory? Is this not a story that just seems all too familiar? As early as 2004, former President Duterte had already been issuing kill orders to those involved in the drug trade, all for the purpose of what? Eliminating these people in the name of drugs or in the name of competition. Whatever the reason, patay pa rin po sila. Just like Colonel Asierto, Las Cañas also makes the connection between Michael Yang and the Domoy Laboratory. Las Cañas goes beyond the events that transpired during the raid of the Domoy Laboratory at pinapakita pa niya na si Michael Yang ang naging employer ng mga Chinese nationals working as chemists and workers in the laboratory. Las Cañas also mentions a certain Alan C., who was one of the Chinese nationals apprehended and later killed. Does this not sound familiar? This is just like the tale of two shipments, two separate yet parallel incidents tied together by the same personalities involved. Maaalala din natin na nabanggit ng isa pang resource person ang pangalan ni Michael Yang. Looks familiar. This web of connections among Michael Yang and his associates was presented by PDEA in one of our Quadcom meetings. Dito ay makikita natin ang connections ni Michael Yang with Alan Lin, Rose Nono Lin, Johnson Ko, Hong Jiang Yang, Eddie T. Yang, Willie Ong, all of whom have been the subject of our investigations before the Squad Committee, connected by corporations like Piley Holdings Corporation, Piley State Group Corporation, Golden Sun 999 Realty and Development Corporation, and more importantly, Empire 999 Realty Incorporated. Empire 999 Realty Corporation was discovered bago pa man lang binuo ang Quadcom, a corporation owning a warehouse in Mexico, Pampanga, where 560 kilos of shabu with an estimated cost of 3.6 billion pesos was discovered. Shabu entered the country through the port of Subic and was later on delivered to a warehouse owned by Empire 999. Madami at paulit-ulit na ang lumilitaw na koneksyon ni Michael Yang sa business ng droga. Pero nakapagtataka rin, sa gitna ng isang state policy called the War on Drugs, where thousands were killed, kahit sabi-sabi lang ang basis, wala pa rin nakakagalaw against Michael Yang. In contrast, naging maunlad at successful pa ang lahat ng kanyang businesses. We can all recall the Farmally scandal that made headlines nationwide. We find ourselves with Michael Yang yet again at the center of this Farmally scandal. Again, I will let these headlines speak for themselves. Key Farmally officials such as Wang Chuyen and Lincoln Ong were also quick to point fingers to Michael Yang as the financier and guarantor of the Farmally operations. The personalities we have discussed warned us very early on ang mga nasa posisyon noong 2016 hanggang 2022 ay sila mismo na nagdala at nagpalaganap ng problema ng droga sa Pilipinas. Pero ang mga warning na ito ay hindi natin narinig. They were drowned out with noise and systematically silenced and discredited. Colonel Asierto, for instance, categorically named former President Duterte, Bongo, and Bato de la Rosa as integral personalities in protecting the illegal drugs network in the Philippines. Worse, they serve as key figures in ensuring that large volumes of illegal drugs slip right through our borders. Asan ngayon si Colonel Asierto? Nagtatago dahil gusto siyang patayin ng ating former president. Incidentally, these are the people whose hands are on the purse and the sword of the Republic, and they have deftly used it. It is most unfortunate, however, that the sword was used to slit, stab, and slash the very people it swore to protect. We, the people. And the purse was used not to benefit the Republic, but to line the pockets of the few. Nilunod po nila ang bayan natin ng droga at kumita sila dahil dito. Isa sa mga right-hand man ni former President Duterte, sang-ayon kay Colonel Asierto, he branded former President Duterte as the Lord of all drug lords. Napakasakit po dahil Pidigong won on the platform of a hardline stance against illegal drugs and criminality. Siya pala ang mukha ng illegal drugs at kriminalidad. Colonel Asierto, Mr. Jimmy Guban, Mr. Las Cañas, and Mr. Taguba have all bared their stories before this Quadcom, and it is through our combined efforts, through their stories, and our interpellations where we discovered common personalities that seem to just be consistently present in all the narratives. But what do we make of the war on drugs? Konting silip para sa ating mga kababayan. Mukhang ang war on drugs was a convenient way to eliminate competition in the drug trade. More specifically, the local manufacturers. Let us remember, ang key feature ng war on drugs ay ang reward system. Every kill is compensated. And the bigger the catch, the higher the video. Colonel Espinido even adds that awards could go as high as 100,000 and that the system at that time was known to all policemen. It was such a strong but perverse incentive to play along with the war on drugs. The existence of the reward system is not denied. In fact, ipinagmayabang pa ito ni former President Duterte at ang kanyang mga alipores. This reward system has long since existed in Davao and was transposed in the national scale noong taong 2016. Evidently, this reward system caused the systematic killing of operators of drug laboratories and chemists and those distributors who source their product from these local manufacturers. Ano po ang benefit? Open season na po for drug importers. Ang masama, isa itong naging ugat ng extrajudicial killing. Huwag po nating kalilimutan na napakarami ang namatay sa war on drugs. 30,000 ayon po sa datos. Narinig po natin ang mga pamilya ng mga naging biktima ng war on drugs. Marami sa kanila, ayon kay former President Duterte, ay collateral damages. Shit happens, ayon kay Senator Bato de la Rosa. Gentlemen, the Quad Committee has started to uncover a grand criminal enterprise, and it would seem that at the center of it is the former President Bayan. Kaya ipagpapatuloy po natin ang ating inquiry at sisiguraduhin po naming ayusin ang ating mga batas upang masiguro na hindi na mauulit ang mga kaganapang ating natuklasan. Sa darating na taon at sa mga susunod na Quadcom hearings, tatalakayin po natin ng mas malalim ang usapin ukol sa droga dahil sang-ayon naman po tayo, salot po ito sa lipunan. We will leave no stone unturned. Maraming salamat po at magkita-kita po ulit tayo sa susunod na taon. Marami po salamat.
Salamat sa panunood. Huwag kalimutang mag-like, subscribe at mag-share ng video. Hanggang sa muli.